Okay, Tessa, thank you very much for doing an interview for us. We've just finished a 2-day seminar here in Oklahoma. So can you tell me, how was it for you? How was the weekend for you?
It was very powerful and really excellent. Like, I found everything that Robert does to be. FasterEFT has changed my life. And I wondered about coming to this seminar because I've already been to one when I did level 1 training. So I thought, well, you know, it's going to be, I don't know, just maybe kind of ho-hum, like it's just a do-over for me, and I'm really here just to get the level 2 training. Okay. But it was, again, just, well, partially because of how he presents, and partially because of how much is left in me. It was very powerful in terms of going over the material and getting reminded of some of the material and getting triggered again and having new memories come up that I haven't thought about before. I was writing them in the margin as they were popping up for me. So there's more work for me to do. So it was wonderful. It was a wonderful 2 days. And
how do you find Robert Smith as a presenter?
I think he's really good. I think he's genuine. He's himself. And yeah, he is a presenter, and so acting isn't the right word, but you know, he's dynamic and he's funny, but he's also so caring of people, and you can see it when he works with them, that he really notices everything that's going on in the room. He notices the changes on people's faces. He's really with them when he's with them. And I love it all. I love it all. I love being here.
So what would you say to someone who is perhaps at home watching the YouTubes and considering whether or not to come to a seminar? What would you say to them?
Go now. Because I watched the YouTubes and then I set it aside and then I watched it again, and then I had a trauma in my life and I had my first session, and when I had that first session, it changed my life. And still, I didn't know what it was going to be like to come here. And so it was my friend who saw the change in me that talked me into coming here with her. She said, I'm going, so why don't you see if you can get off from work and come with me? And I had no idea what it was going to be like. So if it speaks to you at all, I say come now, as soon as possible.
And apart from the dynamic Mr. Smith and the FasterEFT technique, what else would you say you got from this weekend?
Well, as someone who felt very isolated through their life, this community is just beautiful, both in person and on Facebook. And so I get this reconnection that I know I'm not alone. This material is so nuanced, I think, and so deep, and there's so much to learn that I can understand why I've met people here who have been through all of the levels and are back to retake it, because there's so much more. There's so much more inside, and there's so much more to learn about how to do this that I don't even know if you're ever done, you know.
Have you ever tried any other modalities, Tessa?
I've tried a bunch. I've been through therapy. I've been through 12-step. I studied astrology. I am a religious science practitioner, and so for 10 years I tried the telling yourself the positive, you know, to get to the unconscious. This is it. This is it. And so even though I know that life is good and God is good and all of that, the universe is good, whatever you want to call it, and even though I changed myself a lot through doing all those different things, this is what has gotten me to the deepest stuff. This is what has really created quick, super life-changing events in my life.
And how would you say FasterEFT does that? What makes it different from other modalities?
like I said, it's a way to get to the unconscious. It's a way to get to those memories and quickly do something with it. It's one thing to know, oh yeah, you know, I had abuse in my life. It's another thing to get in there and flip it and then feel good afterwards. Then you want to go to the other memories, even though you know they're going to be painful. You know that in a very short amount of time, you're going to flip it. And it'll be gone, and it's gone, and it's great, and it doesn't come back.
So here we are,
yeah.
You've had your training, you've done your seminar, and we're a year down the line. What does your life look like, do you think, as a result of FasterEFT?
I wish I were sure about that. I want to be doing this work, and I want to be able to support myself doing this work. I want to be free. I want to be as free as I feel inside sometimes now. I want to be free in my life. I want to be doing what I want to do.
And what chance do you think you have now that you have FasterEFT in your toolbox?
I think I have a really good chance if I do the work. Yeah.
And do you think it depends on that fact, if you do the work?
Yeah, it really does. It really does, because when I was here in February and did level 1, you know, a lot of stuff gets stirred up. And then I went home and essentially lied to myself and said, it's more important for me to watch the videos and learn this material than it is to work on myself. So I'll do that a little bit, but mostly I'll focus on learning this. And then I come here, and in 2 days, I'm mega triggered again. And it's like, oh yeah, you know? I need to do this. This is the most important part.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much today, Tessa.
Thank you, Deirdre. Thank you.